My name is Kimberly Thorner. I'm the general manager of Olivenhain Water. We are a public agency in North San Diego County. We provide water, wastewater, parks and rec, and hydroelectric service over 48 square miles. And about 70% of our service area is zoned high risk or higher on the most recent CAL FIRE map. I've been at my agency for almost 30 years, and I've been responsible for emergency response to hundreds of emergencies. I think it's no surprise to anyone that when red flag Santa Ana events break out, power is preemptively shut down by San Diego Gas and Electric, and we understand that. But what it means is that we can be without power for days and even weeks in emergencies. And simultaneous to that power being shut off, our water operators have to deploy throughout our 48 square miles to keep water flowing. We manually operate valves, we adjust flow, we switch water sources, we fuel standby generators, we do whatever it takes to keep water flowing to our customers and our firefighters. Also, when fires burn homes, as we saw in that Palisades fire, water continues to flow through the fixtures in the burnt home. Our operators go in during the fires and they turn off the meters to these burnt homes in order to maintain pressure in our system for our firefighters. Every one of those tasks requires vehicles that can travel long distances, remain ready at a moment's notice, and operate continuously for the duration of the emergency. With the current regulations being proposed by CARB, only 25% of our fleet can be available as gas vehicles immediately available for emergency response. 75% of our fleet will not be exempt for emergency availability. What this translates to for our agency is over our 48 square mile service area, only 7 vehicles would be allowed to be readily available for emergency response. To put that in perspective, 7 emergency response vehicles would be readily available in a fire when power is out for 27,000 connections, 9,600 valves, 3,500 fire hydrants, 534 miles of pipeline, 12 reservoirs, and 2 treatment plants over 48 square miles. That is not tenable. Fires and emergencies don't scale themselves to these arbitrary percentages. And I want to share 2 real-world examples in my tenure. In 2007, 20% of our service area burnt, and this fire event lasted almost a week. And I think a lot of people remember this. All of our fleet was deployed during this fire event, and we, the water agency, were evacuated from our primary EOC after 2 days, and we had to drive our vehicles to a backup EOC in our southern service area while the fires were burning on the sides of the road and power was out. We operated our system manually, switched water sources, and we kept everyone in water during this event. In May of 2014, there were 3 distinct fires burning in our 488 square mile service area. Each fire was more than 10 miles away from the other one, and our water crews deployed across our district. Power was out across the district. All of the fleet was deployed during that period, and we also had to respond to emergency leaks and callouts during this time period. We kept everyone in water during this event. If only 25% of our fleet had been available in these events, we wouldn't have been able to do it. We would not have been able to respond to all the incidents or operate our system effectively. And this is what concerns me the most about these regulations: the inability to respond to keep our customers in water during emergencies when they need it the most. We understand the noble goal of the proposed regulations, and we understand that climate change is happening. It is causing extreme weather events, and these extreme weather events are causing intense Santa Ana winds and fires that we need to be able to respond to. Zero emission vehicles can't currently provide extended emergency response for days when the power is shut off. Our response cannot be limited by range, grid availability, or what percent of zero emission vehicles are currently in our fleet. Finally, I want to close. Fire Chief Dave McQuaid from Rancho Santa Fe Fire, he's my fire chief, could not make it today. When my agency activates its emergency ops center, my first call is to activate the EOC as incident commander. My second call is to the fire chief, and we coordinate resources and water supply. He wanted me to share this quote with you today. The Rancho Santa Fe Fire District has joined this effort out of concern that CARB's mandate will hobble public agencies' ability to respond to and mitigate emergencies or disasters, placing untold lives and property at risk. A vehicle towing a generator to power a well, a water tender truck, or vehicles with tools to restore a failing system may not look like a fire engine or ambulance, but they are just as vital and bring value to an emergency incident. This collaboration between fire departments and water district resources is critical to protect and mitigate an incident. A water tender truck from the water district is as essential to emergency response as the fire engine it replenishes. CARB should define essential services based on the actual purpose and function of the vehicle, not just what it is. The fire chief's full press release is being released today after this event, and it contains that quote. Thank you for listening to us today.